Nestled between rugged hills and dense woods, there was a village called Duskvale. Once full of laughter and life, it had slowly fallen into despair. The river that fed their crops had dried up, the soil had turned to dust, and the young had long since left in search of a better life. Only the old, the tired, and the forgotten remained. The people of Duskvale no longer smiled. They no longer greeted each other in the morning. Days blurred into nights, and hope was just a memory. One gray morning, as mist clung low to the earth, a stranger walked into the village. He wore a long cloak, carried nothing but a walking stick and a satchel, and introduced himself simply as Elias. He asked for no food, no shelter. Instead, he asked questions. Why have you stopped planting? Why is the well abandoned? Why do you no longer sing? The villagers scoffed. What's the point? They asked. Nothing grows. Nothing changes. But Elias didn't argue. He simply smiled and walked to the edge of the village. The next morning, he began digging in the dry ground, alone, every day, without a word. Children watched curiously. Some laughed at him, but he kept digging. A week passed. Then two. One morning, a child joined him, handing him a wooden spoon to dig. Then another brought water. Slowly, others joined. Not because they believed, but because something inside them stirred a feeling they hadn't felt in years. Curiosity, maybe even hope. Elias showed them how to compost, how to catch rainwater, how to enrich the soil with what they already had. The first green sprout appeared after a month, then another, and another. The villagers were stunned. Soon, the gardens returned. The well flowed again, not because it had magically refilled, but because the villagers, inspired, had cleared it of debris and learned to harvest groundwater. Music returned to the village square. Laughter echoed through the homes once more. Elias never asked for recognition. One morning, just as quietly as he had arrived, he was gone. All he left behind was a note carved into the wood by the garden. Hope is not given. It is grown. From that day on, Duskvale was no longer the village with no hope. It was the village that remembered how to believe thanks to the stranger who arrived with nothing but a smile and the will to dig. Like, comment, and subscribe for more video.